Unfortunately, there are events that happen in the crypto space all too often that still make us look incredibly immature. But fortunately for you guys, today we're going to talk about how to take advantage of those events, how you can easily make between 50 to 600 or more percent in a very short amount of time. Guys, if that sounds good to you, let's dive into this video where today we're going to talk about one of the most common things that happens is exploits and hacks, and how to look for things that you can take advantage of in these situations where you can profit immensely. And I'm also going to teach you what to look out for in these particular situations so you don't end up buying a rug, for example, because you don't want to do that. All right, guys, if you're new to the channel, welcome. What's up? My name is Chasse. I hope that you're finding value here. If you guys are, like the video. It helped me a lot. Share it with your friends. Help spread the alpha around. And also, guys, down below, there'll be in the description, there's a way on how you can get into this VVIP trading channel that I've created, which has all kinds of trading alpha, technical analysis, AI-generated analysis, also access to some private sales, whitelist opportunities, things like that. So let's dive into this event today, guys. It was a crazy hack and exploit that happened from Unibot. You know, on this channel, we've been talking about bots a lot, the bot wars, Unibot, Maestro, Banana Gun, things like that. But unfortunately, last week, Maestro was attacked, and last night, Unibot was attacked. And we're going to go into, how to take advantage of these. It's not just the trading bots that it can happen to. It can happen to anything, right? And before we go into that, we can just talk about, and I'll show you guys in a second, that Maestro, there was a great opportunity because Maestro doesn't have a token, right? But there was an opportunity where someone, if you were to take advantage of it and knew what I'm about to teach you today, you could have made over 600% so far on this play. So let's get into what happened, guys. So Look on Chain says a hacker attacked Team Unibot and is stealing the assets of users. As of now, the stolen assets have exceeded $600,000. If you use Unibot, please move your funds to another wallet or revoke approvals and the contract as soon as possible. And to revoke, guys, if you don't know what that is, check it out. There's a domain that you can go to called revoke.cash, revoke.cash. And this allows you to revoke certain privileges that you've given to your MetaMask or your wallet. So if you were giving access to your MetaMask from, let's say, Unibot, you can go into revoke.cash and it will say all the things that you've given permission to, and then you can just go one by one and click revoke, and it makes it so no longer is there those permissions granted to your wallet. It's very useful, guys. I suggest that you use that regardless of anything too. Just go on there once in a while, check on it. You know, revoke all the things that you don't trust or don't remember or something like that. You know, worst case is you revoke something and you have to go give it permissions again. Big deal, right? Better to be safe than sorry. So revoke.cash is a very powerful tool. Now let's go on to DBank right here and check out the hacker's wallet. Now you can see right now there's only $69 in there. That's probably a joke. I don't know. I'm starting to laugh at a not so funny matter, but come on. Really? You left $69 in there? Why? So you can see in the portfolio, there's nothing really left in here much. Probably intentionally left this in here. I don't know. That could be completely coincidental, but probably not. So if you look down here, you guys, you see transactions here. You can see that this guy has been sending. Oh, look, there's a execution here happening right now. 10 minutes ago. So he's still active right now, still doing stuff. But you can see, 4 hours ago, 5 hours ago, he started sending all of his ETH. So what he did before, if you load more transactions here, you can see that he was swapping all these shit coins that he bought, or he stole. Sorry, he didn't buy them, of course not, for ETH. So he was swapping on DEXs using 1inch, and then deposited all his ETH, hundreds and hundreds of ETH into 100, 200, 300, 320, 350, 400 ETH in Tornado Cash to start laundering the money. So here is where sometimes you can take advantage of alpha here, guys. And so this is a list that was made, and this is something that if you guys know how to do this kind of stuff, you can start looking at this. So what could have been a good play? It didn't work out in this particular instance, but last week on Maestro, there was a good thing because in this instance, there was a lot of pretty small value in a lot of different tokens that were stolen. So, because what often happens is when there's an exploit like this, and what happened with Maestro is all of the users' funds that were stolen, Maestro decided to use their ETH buy back those individual tokens and resend them to the people who were attacked. So you can see this is the list. It's just a bunch of crap coins, basically, mostly. And so there wasn't a big play here. But you can see here, no, this is not a good, I'll show you in a bit here. But you can see, guys, look at Unibot crashed down 52.8% from peak to trough, from the beginning of the exploit down 52.8%. And it's back right now, you know, down, let's see, where is it down now? We can go like this here, take this price range from here to, where is it trading right now, which is here. And it's still down 25.87%. So it's still 25% at the time of making this video. So what a good play could possibly be, because Unibot, and this is some of the points of today, what I want to talk about is like, we know that Unibot has been around for a while. We know that it has a very strong development team. We know that it's putting out good new products all the time. We know that it topped out like a $220 million market cap or something like that. So that's like 6 up, you know, 5.5, 6 up from where it is right now. We know that this is probably going to pump like crazy. We know that they're generating real revenue. Yes, I have been making a lot of videos on Banana Gun. I told you guys about that, and that's still my favorite bot of choice from a speculative perspective and also revenue generation. And I've made plenty of videos demonstrating why that's my bullish choice. But here's an opportunity, guys. You know, Unibot is a bit more user friendly rather than Banana Gun, although Banana Gun is working on front end, you know, ease of use, UX, UI for their users. And you can see over here too, this new one, token, something that's called, I forget what it's called. They also pumped 30% here today. So you can see that when these things happen, the same thing happened with Maestro. You know, when Maestro, you saw more money flowing into Banana, flowing into Unibot. This one, this TKST wasn't there yet at the time. You know, so we'll see how that comes along. I think that's going to do pretty well. And so let's look at Joe here. Now, Joe, you can see that was up just from last week, I believe, which was, 1 second. Let me just check real quick. On the 25th. All right, so let's go back and look at the 25th here. And we'll do this guy, price range from the 25th. Here to here. Yeah, so I'm saying, so this one, oh, no, sorry, I didn't get the right here. The bottom of this wick right here, this is where it sold off. Here, let me do it again. So if you managed to buy the dip on this one and then were able to, you know, to where it's trading right now, you would have gotten, or actually it's a little bit less than that. So it's probably about 600%, 6x in 8 days. Amazing, right? Like, so these are the opportunities that you could have had in these particular situations. So let's go and take a look here at, let's go take a look at Banana, where you also saw in the hack some of the, you know, some more money had funneled in here. It sold off a little bit, but you can see here, it wicked up to just above $10, I believe, at some point. Yeah, 10.21. This was just after the exploit, and then some money flew into here from Unibot. So this is the same thing that happened with Maestro, and so we don't have full clarity yet from the Unibot team how they plan on repaying the people from the hack, but they did. And let me just tell you why Joe was. Sorry, I didn't tell you why Joe was so beneficial in this play. So it was because the hacker from Maestro stole these tokens, and it was a big percentage of the supply. And so there was this dip down here that where I drew this. Let me see if I can zoom in for you guys. This dip down here, and then they had to go and buy them back up. And so people front ran the opportunity and said, okay, well, they're going to go buy this up. And so now you can see it just pumped like crazy. So So that's what happened, right? And this was not a different, there's not opportunity like this because it was not a huge percentage of supply from anything stolen on this particular one. But it's a similar type of exploit. So the router exploit has been fully identified and dealt with. This is from Maestro. It's the same thing here with Unibot. They talk about, we're looking to about 280 refunds so far. And then you can see here, this is again from Maestro. So Maestro kind of set the standard for how these things should be dealt with and people should be repaid. We absolutely refuse to expose our users to such bad actors, and we needed to do right by a few who were affected. The only right option was refunding every single user to the absolute best of our ability. Every wallet that lost tokens in the router exploit has now received the full amount they lost. Some of you ended up with even bigger bags. For 9 out of 11 of the exploited tokens, we chose to buy and refund instead of simply sending ETH because that's the most equitable and complete refund we can offer in the incident. So we'll see if Unibot decides to follow the same path. Regardless, people are going to be refunded. And how do I know that? Well, Unibot has been making crazy revenue. Lifetime revenue is 9,784 ETH. That's about $17 million. So they have the bank account to be able to refund. And you can see here, we experience a token approval exploit with our new router and have pause on our router to contain the issue. Any lost funds due to the bug on our new router will be compensated. Your keys and wallets are safe. We will release a detailed response after our investigations conclude. Now, here's something to be aware of, and this is why maybe that you haven't seen a full recovery. But there's some FUD still going around. A couple things to be aware of. One, even though you saw in this last tweet, they said it was taken care of. You can see here that these guys are saying that the exploit is still happening even after the team quoted that it was SAFU. The funds were safe. And just here's another example too. I want to show you guys. So Popsicle Finance, this happened in 2021, where someone stole $25 million. After the hack, you could have bought this token, which is ICE, for $1.20. 90 days later, it's up over 50x. 50-something X, guys, in just 90 days. So what do we want to look for here? What's the moral of the story? When you have a hack or an exploit, people have fear. Remember, to be greedy when people are fearful, be fearful when people are greedy. And so Unibot, we know, has a good narrative. The team continues to develop and push new things out. I'm bullish on them long-term, not as bullish as I am Banana Gun, but this is a good opportunity to buy in right now at a 25% discount to, even if you just wanted to flip it, right? Buy right now, and then when they fully recover, you know, crypto Twitter has a very short-term memory. By next week, people will have forgotten about this. They'll be using the bot again, more than likely. Now, of course, guys, none of this is financial advice. I'm just showing you opportunities here, things that I'm taking advantage of, and things that you can learn to look out for and be careful. But always make sure that, you know, before you do ape into an exploited token, make sure the liquidity is still there. Make sure the team has a solid background. Make sure that they're a really good project, because it could just be the first domino to fall in a series of someone rugging or something like that. In this case, I definitely don't think that's the case, but just beware. And anyway, guys, that's going to wrap it up today. I hope that you found it valuable. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.